Okay, hi Madhuri.
Hello, hi Kevin.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good as well. Sunny day in Hamburg, so can't complain. And thanks for joining today. Wanted to talk a little bit about your journey from finding Immigrant Spirit and going through the program and what that was like for you when you think back to that experience and where you are today. So, could you start off just telling a little bit about when you found Immigrant Spirit, where you were, and then how you came to be living here now?
I am Madhuri Akella and I'm originally from India. We have moved to Germany 7 years ago. And in India, I was working. I'm an engineering graduate and had almost 10 years of experience in information technology and telecommunication industry. I took a break when I was moving to Germany because I had to join my husband here on a family reunion visa. So together with my children, I
Mm.
came to Germany in 2017. And as I had this a goal of finding a job and working again, I started searching for a job. Um, for the initial, I think it was almost 2 years where I was doing a German language learning course and also in parallel trying for a job, but was not successful. That's when my husband actually found about Immigrant Spirit on internet, and he just we just discussed like, okay, why don't I contact Krispiak and then have
Mhm.
an initial introduction conversation, to understand what is the course about, and yeah, how he can help me in finding a job.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So good to see the various stages there and that you found it organically. Your husband did on Google. And when you think back to the experience and when you got your job, how did the program make you change the way you thought about it once you were able to find that offer that you were looking for? And what was the most useful thing that happened during that and why when you think back to it?
Yeah. So mostly when it comes to job search, yeah, you're just like searching for some keywords, right? And something that matches to you, and then just keep on applying randomly. But then after having the first session, I understood like the whole process to follow, for the job search, like what are the important keywords to search, and then approaching the hiring manager, and
Hmm.
networking, which actually plays a quite important role. So
Hmm.
those were actually the important stuff from the introduction sessions. And
Hmm.
then I sort of streamlined the whole process, that I think in one word, if you want to say how I found the program to be, is like it's very streamlined and structured. You have a structure of what you have to do, and yeah, how you have to do it as well.
Yeah. Okay. So getting more of a structure, going from just looking for keywords and maybe tailoring your CV
Mhm.
to going more direct to the source and going to hiring managers and networking. So being more personalized and following more of this structure. We've heard that from other past clients as well that have talked about it as a framework that you get to follow. And then, and when I was a client, I saw that as well. Then you get to take it with you years after. So these tools that you get, you can keep in your toolbox. So it sounds similar in your experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. I think that's very important, So understanding their problems, getting to talk to the hiring manager, and then actually positioning yourself so that you can contribute to the organization. So, yeah.
Yeah. And they like when you reach out to them personally as well. So when you learn how to do it in the right way and then you become successful in doing it, you get your job offer, then it's something that you can repeat over and over. And then you realize why such a more effective way of using your time rather than making the cold applications.
Yes, definitely. I would also say that most of the people that I contacted, right, also helped me in tailoring the resume as well. So when you actually get to talk to people, they start helping you. So, and okay, how well does the resume suit? So what changes can we actually do? Because most of the times we are more clear when communicating. rather than just writing in the resume, putting all the
Mhm.
points. You understand, right? So
Exactly.
people actually also gave me suggestions that, okay, when we were talking, you actually told me something. Why don't you also
Mhm.
put that in the resume? Because I think that is very important to also understand. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and definitely, I would say there are lots of cultural differences as well, right? So when you actually establish this communication first, yeah, you understand them also at that cultural level. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and you get over this fear of thinking that someone's going to reject your direct message, but then you find out that people are much more friendly and helping than one
Yes.
would assume at the start. When you were on the other side of it then, when you actually had people maybe reaching out to you in your role, did you notice anything about how you felt in this approach now that you saw it from the other side?
Yeah, so a lot of the times when you expect, like, okay, a job coach or someone like a coach, so most of the times people expect that they're going to do something miracle, and yeah, everything is going to change and you don't have to do anything from your side. But unlike that, I think you also have to put that equal effort. The coach always gives you a framework and probably also develops this framework based upon your needs and your requirement. So I think the first thing I would say is you should be clear with your requirements, right? What you want, and probably only then you can have this tailored framework that fits you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, totally. And did you notice when you were ever hiring for people in your current job, did you actually see people start to do this to you as a hiring manager? Did anyone ever reach out to you personally?
Not for the job specifically in my company or anything, but I did, yeah, get just similar questions like, okay, how was your experience with Immigrant Spirit, and would you suggest it or any tips, kind of thing. Where I always said that, yeah, please go ahead with the coaching and the course that Immigrant Spirit has, because it was really helpful for me.
That's awesome to hear. Great perspective that you have. Any other lasting impressions about it when you think back to, say, for example, when you got your call in your offer for the job offer you were looking for? What was that like?
As I mentioned, I did this coaching session in 2019. So I did it in the first quarter of the year, where, and then I had this connection established with the hiring managers, right? So I had written and had this contact established somewhere in June, and I actually got the response where actually the hiring manager responded saying that, are you still interested in the job? Because yeah, I just checked my message now. Can we have a call somewhere in September? So, what I
Mhm,
wanted to say here is, like, once you actually have this contacts established, you never know when the opportunity comes for you. So, you have to um, have patience in your job search. That's the first thing I
mhm,
would say. And also have this. Contacts established, and then have the regular communication as well, so that
mhm.
you're always ready for the opportunity whenever it shows up, and yeah, you are ready to grab the opportunity as well.
There you go. And I'm really happy to hear that it worked out for you after you went through some months. You didn't necessarily see the traction and success that you wanted to see in that shorter frame of time. Then what do you know? A few months later, someone came back to you, and I believe you're still working at that same company. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's more than 4 years now, and I'm still with the same company here in Germany. Yeah.
Super cool. You found Immigrant Spirit, got the job, and it was something you had to be patient with, like you said. Someone comes back to you, even when you think that maybe the approach isn't working. It shows to come through with time, and a kind outreach that you had, a nice connection that you made. Someone can come back to you, and then you're still in the position to secure the job in a way that you're feeling more confident about now. And then the fact that you're still working there after some years is great to see. Last question for you, Madhuri, is when you're thinking about when people reach out to you about immigrant spirit and finding a job in Germany in general, what would you say to someone who's in that position, just getting here or maybe thinking about coming to Germany and needs to find a job?
Okay, I would say that Immigrant Spirit was really helpful in actually establishing your own network. for the job search, which is very important for a job search. And then, yeah, have patience and just believe in yourself and just go for it.
Excellent. Okay, Madhuri, thank you so much for your time today and speaking with you. We'll be in touch. I'm hopeful that someone listened to this and found this helpful and can use this as a resource in their job search moving forward. So thank you again.
Yep, sure. Always happy to help others. So, yeah, anytime. Thank you
Okay,
so much for giving this opportunity, Kevin. It was really a pleasure to talk to you.
thank you.